Giving money to your adult children sounds generous, and who would argue with helping family? But Chapter 5 of the Millionaire Next Door shows that well-meaning financial help often does more harm than good. In this video we're unpicking economic outpatient care. What it is, how common it is among affluent families, the real cost to both givers and receivers, and practical alternatives that actually increase the chance your kids will thrive independently. Welcome back. Many viewers assume the wealthy keep all their money and stash it away, but a surprising share give large sums to adult children while still alive. Chapter 5 calls this pattern Economic Outpatient Care, or EOC. Today you'll learn how widespread EOC is, the ways parents give, tuition, mortgages, gifts, forgiveness loans, the statistical relationship between gifts and reduced accumulation by recipients, and 3 actionable rules to protect your legacy while helping your kids actually succeed. EOC is any substantial economic support affluent parents provide to their adult children or grandchildren while they're still alive. This isn't small help. It's big-ticket items, paying private school or graduate tuition, subsidizing mortgages, handing over securities, or making forgiveness loans that never get repaid. The authors call it outpatient care because it's ongoing, often generous, and can become a chronic support system rather than a one-time gift. EOC is not rare. The authors document that a large share of affluent parents give substantial economic support to their adult children. For example, their survey finds that many forms of EOC are widespread. About 43% of affluent grandparents contribute to private school tuition for grandchildren, 32% fund graduate school for adult children, 59% assist purchasing a home, and 61% make forgiveness loans or similar transfers. These numbers come from the author's Table 5.1 and are remarkable for how routine EOC is among the wealthy. The book also reports that more than 46% of affluent people give at least $15,000 a year of EOC to children or grandchildren, and nearly half of affluent parents with children under 35 give regular annual cash gifts. That's not a one-off birthday check, that's a recurring financial pattern. Let's meet Mary and Lamar. They live in a fine neighborhood, belong to a country club, drive imported cars, and look the part of upper-middle-class success, but neither spouse has a high income. Their household income has never topped about $60,000. Their elevated lifestyle is funded largely by Mary's parents. Her mother gives regular gifts and even helped pay their mortgage. When money from mom arrives, Mary and Lamar buy a new car or upgrade the house. They don't save it. The authors use this couple to show the two-sided problem of EOC. The parents are spending their capital during life, reducing their own long-term wealth, and the recipients are incentivized into a consumption-heavy lifestyle that's unsustainable without ongoing subsidies. When those gifts stop, the family's standard of living is at risk. The authors ask, what will happen to Mary and Lamar when the parental checks stop? That question cuts to the core of EOC's risk. One of the most important findings is paradoxical. The more money adult children receive as gifts, the less wealth they accumulate on their own. The authors report a statistically proven relationship. Recipients of larger EOC amounts tend to accumulate less wealth themselves, whereas children who receive little or no EOC accumulate more. In short, giving adult children large recurring gifts often reduces their incentive or ability to become financial accumulators. The researchers controlled for age and occupation and still found this pattern across many professional categories. That means it's not simply that low-performing kids get money. The money itself correlates with lower long-term accumulation. Consumption entrenchment. If adult children receive repeated gifts to support a high-consumption lifestyle, private schools, luxury cars, mortgage supplements, they adopt a standard of living they can't sustain without continued subsidies. When subsidies stop, they've got lifestyle maintenance costs but fewer resources, reduced initiative. Receiving money can blunt the need to face failure, pursue risky entrepreneurship, or develop resilient problem-solving habits. Some recipients never learn to budget, negotiate, or survive lean periods because they're insulated from them. The book documents multiple examples of talented, well-educated children who underperform economically because they never had to build independence. Expectation formation. Once kids expect subsidies, family dynamics shift. Siblings may compete for parental favor, adult children may delay marriage or independent living, and family stress over estate division increases. The authors observed many families where tension and rivalry morph into long-term dependency problems. Parental wealth erosion. Parents who give heavily while alive deplete capital that could otherwise finance their retirement, pass intact as a structured inheritance, or be used selectively to fund high-value opportunities for children. Frequent or large EOC transfers can materially lower parents' own wealth. These are not hypothetical theoretical problems. The authors document them across dozens of interviews and survey responses. Not all help is bad. The book is nuanced. Some forms of parental support can be beneficial, but they must be structured. Here are the distinctions. Productive, conditional support, often helpful. Paying for education with conditions, e.g., matching contributions. Performance milestones. Funding startup capital where the adult child has skin in the game, or providing loans that must be repaid or matched by effort. These preserve incentives and teach responsibility. Unconditional consumption OSSDs, adiwigyao, eni wudashan dao, seni molofan sen, kwani wudani armful. Recurring cash gifts used for status spending, paying mortgages without expectation of repayment, covering lavish lifestyle costs with no accountability. These tend to create dependency. One-time strategic transfers, mixed. Occasional gifts for a specific growth-oriented purpose, e.g., non-repayable seed capital for a business where the child contributes work and partial capital, can work, but the structure matters. The authors show that lump sum transfers are common and often erratic, which reduces their productive impact unless accompanied by clear goals. In short, help that preserves or creates incentives, loans, match funds, Business mentoring tends to have far more positive outcomes than open-ended subsidies for consumption. Burl and Susan are an instructive contrast. They are self-made millionaires who intentionally avoided lavish consumption. They gave their children some help, modest equal cash gifts and assistance toward first homes, but they also instilled discipline and a work-first ethic. Their children did not automatically match their parents' accumulation, but some performed well, others did not. Importantly, Burl and Susan didn't create full economic dependence. Their story shows that parental intent matters, and structure matters. By contrast, families like Mary and Lamar's illustrate the downside. Regular gifts for consumption, no budgeting, and a culture of expectation left the couple fragile after the parental flow slowed. The book has multiple interviews like these. The pattern is consistent. Too much EOC often reduces the recipient's long-term accumulation. If you're a parent and want to help without harming, the book suggests several practical strategies. Here are rules you can use in this video. Prefer loans or matching grants over unconditional gifts. Make it a loan to be repaid or a matching contribution that requires the child to save, work, a portion of the required capital. This preserves skin in the game. Fund skills and assets, not consumption. Encourage investing in education with accountability. Business seed capital with work and partial personal investment. Or tools that directly build earning capacity. Set clear timing and limits. Decide in advance how much you'll give and when. Communicate boundaries. We'll help with first home down payment once, not recurring mortgage payments. This clarity avoids open-ended expectation. Teach financial skills. Require basic financial literacy, budgeting, investing, as a precondition for receiving support. Coaching and mentoring often yield higher returns than straight cash. Use third-party structures. Consider trusts with conditions or spendthrift provisions, or 529 education accounts that can't be easily diverted for consumption. Encourage earned contributions. If you back a business, insist the child has some equity or has obtained a loan on reasonable terms. Otherwise, you've bought them an easy ride. The core principle, help that preserves agency and accountability builds independence. Help that substitutes for learning builds dependence. If you're a parent, draft a short family support charter. Spend 20 minutes now writing 2 rules. A. 1 limit on annual EOC, e.e.g. no more than X, and B. 1 condition for future assistance, e.e.g. matching savings or documented plan. Put it in writing and share. If you're an adult child, make a 90-day independence plan. Write 3 things you'll change to reduce dependency: budget, income target, financial skills to learn. Share it with your parents. Goodbye. Accountability builds trust. Calculate the gift effect. If you or your parents give X per year, run the numbers. What would that money grow to in 20 years at a conservative 5 to 7% return? Seeing the opportunity cost visually often changes behavior. EOC is common among the affluent. Large shares of wealthy parents provide tuition, mortgages, loans, and cash gifts to adult children. More gifts, less accumulation by recipients. The survey finds a clear statistical relationship. Larger ongoing gifts correlate with lower wealth accumulation among adult children. Structure matters. Conditional support, loans, matching, education with accountability is far likelier to produce independence than open-ended consumption subsidies. Plan your legacy. Teach independence. Helping children thrive long-term is often about rules, coaching, and incentives, not replacing the work they must do themselves. Do you think parents should financially help adult children? Type yes with rules or no below, and tell us which rule you'd adopt from the Family Support Charter. I'll read a few responses in the next video. Chapter 5 gives a tough message. Generosity without structure can sabotage both the giver's wealth and the recipient's future, but generosity done right, targeted, conditional, and accompanied by coaching can be transformational. If you found this useful, like and subscribe. Next time, we'll explore how millionaires make decisions about occupation and career choice. And if you're a parent who wants a family support charter template, comment charter, and I'll pin a starter you can adapt.